Chaka stared into the dying embers of the fire, the crackling flames casting eerie shadows on his weathered face. He was a man of imposing stature, with dark skin marked by scars of past battles, his hair tightly coiled, and his eyes as sharp as a hawk's. The fire's glow reflected a hint of the wolf spirit that resided within him. As he sat in solitude, a strange sensation washed over him. The air grew cold, and a chilling howl echoed through the forest. Chaka's instincts told him that something ominous was on the horizon. In the heart of the village, the elder's hut was filled with the scent of burning sage. The elder, a wizened man with skin like aged mahogany and eyes clouded with wisdom, handed Chaka a carved bone amulet. "Find the boy," he whispered, "or darkness will consume us all." The elder explained that the boy was special, possessing a power that could either save or doom the village. The boy had been missing for weeks, and strange occurrences had begun to plague the village. Crops withered overnight, livestock vanished, and a palpable fear hung in the air. Chaka ventured into the dense forest, where the air was thick with the scent of moss and decay. As night fell, he heard a low growl. From the shadows emerged a black leopard, its eyes gleaming with an unnatural intelligence. Chaka knew this was no ordinary beast. The leopard circled Chaka, observing him with a predatory gaze. Chaka stood his ground, recognizing the spirit within the beast. "I am Nyami," the leopard spoke, "guardian of this forest. I know why you are here." The black leopard revealed its true form, a shape-shifting guardian named Nyami. With fur as dark as midnight and eyes like burning coals, Nyami struck a deal with Chaka. "I will aid you," she purred, "but in return, you must help me protect the sacred grove." Nyami explained that the boy's disappearance was tied to a greater evil threatening the forest. Chaka, driven by his sense of duty and the urgency of the situation, agreed to the pact. Following Nyami's guidance, Chaka encountered a red wolf with fur the color of blood and eyes that mirrored his own. The wolf, an embodiment of his spirit, growled low, "We are bound by fate. Together, we will uncover the truth." The wolf introduced itself as Akpan, the spirit guide who had watched over Chaka since his birth. Akpan's presence reassured Chaka, confirming that their journey was predestined. The journey led them to a village shrouded in mist, where the inhabitants lived in fear of a malevolent spirit. Chaka and Nyami sensed the oppressive energy that clung to the air, like a specter watching their every move. Villagers whispered of a dark entity that roamed the outskirts at night, stealing souls and leaving behind lifeless husks. The village healer, an old woman with sightless eyes, approached Chaka. "The spirit seeks the boy," she warned, "as do you. You must hurry." An old witch, with gnarled hands and eyes that seemed to see into one's soul, approached Chaka. "Beware the shadow that walks," she croaked, handing him a vial of sacred herbs. "It seeks the boy, as do you." The witch explained that the herbs would protect Chaka and his companions from the dark entity's influence. She also hinted at a prophecy, foretelling a great battle between light and dark. Deeper into the forest they went, where the trees seemed alive with whispers. Strange, dark shapes moved just out of sight. Chaka felt the eyes of the forest upon him, each step heavier than the last. Nyami and Akpan stayed close, their senses heightened. They encountered bizarre phenomena, trees that bled sap, shadows that moved against the light, and disembodied voices calling out to them. They stumbled upon a forgotten temple, overgrown with vines and bathed in an unnatural twilight. Inside, ancient carvings told the tale of a great evil sealed away, awaiting the day it would be unleashed. The temple walls depicted battles between gods and monsters, and at its center stood an altar. Chaka found a piece of the boy's clothing, a tattered cloak stained with blood. Chaka found a piece of the boy's clothing within the temple, echoing with the boy's essence. His vision blurred as he glimpsed the boy's terror, pursued by a dark, shadowy figure through the woods. Nyami placed a comforting hand on Chaka's shoulder. "We are close," she said, "but the path ahead is perilous. We must be prepared for the worst." The shadow figure revealed itself, a creature of pure darkness with eyes like burning embers. It whispered promises of power and riches, but Chaka knew better than to trust it. The creature, a shadow walker, sought to sow doubt and fear. Chaka, Nyami, and Akpan stood firm, refusing to be swayed by its lies. The shadow walker hissed in frustration, retreating into the depths of the forest. With the help of Nyami and the red wolf, Chaka entered the spirit realm. It was a landscape of swirling mists and ethereal beings, where time and space twisted unnaturally. In the spirit realm, they encountered spectral guides who offered cryptic advice and visions of the past and future. Chaka's resolve strengthened as he glimpsed the consequences of failure, a world consumed by darkness. Chaka met his ancestors, proud warriors with fierce eyes and noble bearing. They offered cryptic advice, urging him to trust in his bond with Nyami and the Red Wolf. One ancestor, a fierce warrior woman, spoke directly to Chaka. "Your journey is not just to save the boy but to restore balance. Trust in your companions and yourself." In the heart of the spirit realm, Chaka discovered the boy's true location, a hidden cave guarded by an ancient, malevolent entity. The boy's spirit cried out for help, a beacon of light in the darkness. The entity, a twisted amalgamation of fear and rage, sought to use the boy's power to break free from its prison. Chaka knew time was running out. Returning to the physical world, Chaka, Nyami, and the Red Wolf prepared for the final battle. The air crackled with anticipation as they approached the cave, each step echoing with the promise of confrontation. The cave entrance was shrouded in darkness, and an ominous growl resonated from within. Chaka tightened his grip on his spear, ready for the fight ahead. The malevolent entity emerged from the cave, a mass of shadows with red, glowing eyes. It exuded an aura of fear and hatred, intent on consuming all who dared oppose it. Nyami transformed into her leopard form, her fur bristling. Akpan bared his teeth, a growl rumbling deep in his throat. The battle was about to begin. A fierce battle ensued, with Chaka wielding his spear and Nyami transforming into her leopard form. The Red Wolf fought valiantly, its teeth and claws flashing in the darkness. Each strike echoed with the clash of fate. The entity's shadowy tendrils lashed out, attempting to ensnare them. Chaka's spear pierced through the darkness, while Nyami and Akpan coordinated their attacks with lethal precision. Realizing they could not defeat the entity alone, Chaka, Nyami, and the Red Wolf combined their strengths. Their spirits intertwined, forming a powerful bond that radiated pure light, driving back the darkness. The entity shrieked as the light pierced through its form, weakening it. Chaka, Nyami, and Akpan pushed forward, their combined energy overwhelming the shadow. With the entity vanquished, Chaka found the boy, weak but alive, deep within the cave. The boy's eyes reflected both fear and relief as Chaka lifted him gently, promising to take him home. The boy, named Kofi, clung to Chaka, his small frame trembling. "Thank you," he whispered, his voice filled with gratitude and exhaustion. Returning to the village, the atmosphere shifted from despair to hope. The elder blessed Chaka, Nyami, and the Red Wolf, thanking them for their bravery. As the village celebrated, Chaka knew their journey was far from over, but for now, they had restored peace. Villagers cheered and embraced Kofi, tears of joy streaming down their faces. Chaka, Nyami, and Akpan stood at the center, their bond strengthened by their shared victory. As the night fell and the village's celebrations quieted, Chaka stood at the edge of the forest, feeling the call of future quests. Nyami, in her leopard form, purred beside him, and the Red Wolf howled at the moon. Their journey together had just begun.